Hi guys, my name is CPA Aringo Frederick, and today I want us to have a very candid and honest conversation. I know this is a very controversial topic, more so in practice or with our accountants today, more so with this current generation. We term them as G generation or Y generation, right? So the big question is always like, why are accountants being paid peanuts nowadays? I'm going to give you various scenarios, and in this case, you can prove why at times employers might opt to pay some accountants not much as they had requested, but based on what they think. Take this scenario. You've been invited for an interview, and I'm talking about this from personal experience. I normally conduct some interviews for accountants, and basically for me to refer them to my clients. And I can't refer you to my client, of course, if I know you can't perform well. As much as you are my student, as much as you're my friend, I'm having this chance. The client wants an accountant. I can't refer you to that client of mine until I grill you. And this is the reason why I'm saying that why accountants are being paid peanuts. You can either agree, by the way, with me, or you also have an opinion of disagreeing with me. This is the main reason. Assuming you are an interviewer, or maybe you're having a client, this client probably requested you to kind of look for an accountant for him or her, for the company, right? I've invited you for an interview based on the CV that you had sent to me, right? On your CV, you had indicated that you do have BCom, you do have a Bachelor in Economics and Statistics, or maybe you just have a degree in business. And in addition to that, you're done with a CPA. You're a CPA finalist. Your CV is very neat. You've also indicated that you're having years of experience, so the same. Then I've invited you for an interview. At this point, I'm going to ask you a very simple bookkeeping question or double entry concept. And remember, the question that you're asking is not like I'm asking you what account to debit, which account to credit. No, I'm going to give you a scenario, either using Excel or using QuickBooks. That's how we normally do interviews nowadays. I'll give you a QuickBook, I'll give you Excel, I'll give you a situation. Kindly try to record this on the system for me. And remember, at this point, you're looking at a very simple double entry concept. You'll find that this person will scratch his head kabisa hadi karibu atoe nywele. Mtu atakuwa utaona kuna kichwa hivi. Simply because this person can't do that, can't record that transaction. As at the end of the day, after that, probably I'm going to ask you several questions, or rather few questions, in relation to aspects of accounts and specifically double entry. You'll find that this person actually, he can't answer any question. So what will you do to this person? He had requested 50,000 shillings as kind of what? As kind of suggested salary. He had requested 50,000 or he had requested 60,000. You had requested 60,000 or 50,000 or even 70,000, and you can't do a very simple concept of double entry. At this point, mimi nitataka kukusaidia, right? And how will I assist you? Instead of giving you the 50,000 that you had requested, or instead of giving you the 70,000 that you had requested, I'm going to absorb you, if you are going to accept, with 15,000 shillings maximum. Or even if I'll go far, I'm going to absorb you with 20,000 shillings. And why should I absorb you with 20,000 shillings? At this point, you're looking at yourself as an employer, right? Why am I going to absorb you with 20,000 shillings or 50,000 shillings? As much as you had requested for 50,000 shillings. This is the main reason. First of all, I'm going to use my resources again to train you. Imagine your case, you're coming to my company. At this point, I'll have to train you again. See? So I'm absorbing you with 15,000 shillings or even 20,000 shillings as form of an intern. as form of probably maybe I just want to assist you to get some experience, right? So in this case, I'll absorb you that amount simply because I'm going to use my resources. The company is going to use the resources, the company's resources to train you because you don't have an idea or you don't have a concept. So in this case, we're talking of time. Time is a very valuable resource. We're talking of money, and of course, instead of us generating some cash or a business here and then, I'll be using that time to train you. So you'll find that again, you'll be using the resources of the company for you to do what? For you to learn. And in that case, you are requested for 50. I'm giving you 20. That's one reason you'll kind of say that, oh no, nowadays kind of feel is very bad. I'm being paid 20,000. I'm being paid 15,000. This is one of the main reasons. The second reason, look at this case, my good people. Look at this case, right? About how accountants are getting their training nowadays. Take for example, like some years back, accounting was very prestigious. If you've done, or rather by then, if you've done accounts, this was a very prestigious course. And I know it's very possible for us to return that glory again. This is the main reason why then it was a prestigious course. Take for example nowadays, and don't mark me bad, and don't misquote me, but as at the end of the day, I'll just talk the reality as it is, right? At this point, compare like some 10 years back. Students who were purely grilled. They were coming to classes. In that case, you'll find that they were being given a guide by the lecturers in these classes. What is happening nowadays? You'll find that a person will purchase probably a revision kit. A person will purchase, let's say, a study notes. And remember, he's doing accounts, right? So this person, if I may ask you guys, surely, sincerely, what will this person be doing? He'll just be studying to pass what? To pass exams. He'll just be studying to pass exams. You're done with exams, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, section 6. Nowadays, and from this revised, we'll be terming it as you're done with foundation level, you're done with intermediate level, then you're done with an advanced level. Right? That's how it used to be. Or rather, that's how probably some of you will always be, normally tend to do it. But the main essence of you studying by yourself is to pass exams, right? Then after you pass exams, you're done with section 1, you're done with section 2, you're done with exams, you're passed, very good, you're very happy. Section 3, section 4, again, section 5, section 6. Then again now come to practical part of it. You are totally empty. The knowledge that you could have scooped here and there in class, I'll also be talking about the trainers, by the way. The knowledge that you could have scooped in class, you'll find that that knowledge is not there. Because for you, you just did that exams for the main purpose of what? Doing exams. Then when you come to the field, you can't answer even very simple, basic double entry concept because you are just studying to pass exams. So what is that? You want to be absorbed in the market and being given the salary that you've quoted. It can't happen like that. It can't happen like that. So the difference will be this person will go to class. And again, I'll be on the lecturers. I know you might hate me for this, but I'll just talk the reality as it is, right? Take, for example, this lecturer is guiding you, or she is guiding you. And most I'll be talking about the advanced students, right? The advanced level students. At this point, you're having a lecturer. Probably he's guiding you on advanced management accounting, or rather he's guiding you on advanced auditing and assurance, or rather maybe he's guiding you or even in AFR, or even talk about tax. This person has never practiced. This person has never been in the field, sincerely. This lecturer, yeah, he's guiding you, which is kind of very acceptable. He's looking for his, unasema mnatafuta unga, right? But what am I really giving this student? I am guiding you. You are an advanced student. You are advanced you're advanced level. I'm guiding you because at the end of that day, I'm expecting you to be out in the field. Probably for those of you who are still working, that is a plus on your side. But I'm guiding you. What for? I've never practiced. Even if you tell me to file a return, I can't file my KRA returns. If I tell you the procedure of doing practical auditing, you can't do that. If I tell you to prepare a very basic statement of financial position now practically, you can't do that. You can't draft financial reports. And you're teaching me how financial reporting, you're teaching me auditing and assurance, you're teaching me taxation. What for? That is basically to pass exams. But at the end of the day, if you pass exams, yes, you have your papers, right? What about in the field? What about the practical knowledge that you could have obtained? You'll find that that thing kind of is really killing accountancy. It's really killing accountancy. So for me, I'll suggest, this is purely my thought, for us to bring the glory back. I'm not on the side of, or rather, don't misquote me and say that Mwalimu Waringo, no, I can just study, or maybe you're having an online platform, you want us to be on the online platform. No, I don't want you guys to be on the online platform that you're having, like mDarasa, for example. But it would be very good if you join. Simply because at this point, in addition to just passing exams, you'll be having knowledge and skills, right? You'll be having knowledge and skills which will assist you even after you're done with examinations. So the solution, one of the solutions that I can suggest on this menace that is kind of fear and is killing a lot of accountants, is kind of draining that zeal, is kind of draining that fire that accountants used to have. My first suggestion will have been, like for example, when you're talking of ACCA, you'll find that ACCA, these are the examination, they do administer exams, and at the same time, they are the professional body. Like for example, in Kenya, you're having ASPAC and you do have CASNIM. Two separate bodies, right? So in this case, one body is to administer exam, one body is to do, or one body is to kind of regulate professionals. And this is why I want to thank probably CASNIB and probably the whole engineers who came up with this revised syllabus. At this point, the beauty part of it is that at least they're kind of trying to bring that aspect of that they're kind of trying to bring what we used to have before, rather they kind of throw in a whole different way. At this point, you as an accountant, by the way, for those who don't have that idea, for those who are kind of doing this revised syllabus, before you proceed or before you are awarded with that certificate of completion, you must have gone through an internship of 1 year. Before you are given that certification, at least you must have kind of attended these workshops, which are going to be provided by CASNIB or RISPAC. What will this, or rather how will this assist accountants? This will assist accountants in a way that, more so we are talking about these young accountants who are probably studying and probably who cleared their probably CPA just the other time, right? By the time you're given this certification, you'll be having idea, you'll be having skill, and you'll be having knowledge. Because at this point, you don't have gone through that course simply because of doing exams, but because in this case, you'll have gotten the skills, you'll have gotten the experience, and at least you'll also have gotten kind of what? The knowledge on the same. And also for the lecturers, my fellow lecturers, let us not always base ourselves on just kind of teaching these students just to pass exams. That's not the right way to do it. How to teach, or rather how to guide these accountants, more so this young generation, is let's give them skills, let's give them knowledge. Rather than just teaching them how to pass exams, kindly, my fellow lecturers, let us try to open their mind wide. Let's try to give them some practical bit. Like for example, in my class for taxation students, and you know, any person who has passed through my tax class is very aware. We normally tend to do some practical sessions. we normally tend to do some practical sessions. Because I know these practical sessions, why should you just clear CPA? Then as at the end of the day, you don't have any form of knowledge or experience when it comes to that. So I'll take you through this aspect of practical bit of it. So at least when you're doing your exams, also you're having a practical idea and practical knowledge on how to do the same. So if we can kind of correct all this menace in our studying, the way we are obtaining this knowledge as young accountants, you'll find that you'll be given a task, given an interview, you'll perform very well, and at this point, no employer, depending on what you have quoted, and if you're smart and you've presented yourself the way you're supposed to be, at least you're having that knowledge and skills. You answered almost everything correctly. You'll find that at the end of the day, we can bargain for higher salaries, by the way. We can bargain for higher salaries because at this point, you're having the skill, you're having the knowledge. And at this point, you'll find that as at the end of the day, we can try and regulate this form of salary, or rather this remuneration, simply because you're given a concept, you've done it very well, so it won't be a kind of a sympathy. Let me just assist you to gain knowledge and experience, so that you had quoted 50, I'll give you 15. No, at this point, if you've done very well in an interview, of course, I'll bargain. Yes, you had quoted 50,000. Can we start with 40,000? Can we start with 45,000 shillings? Now we are talking. So let us stop this blame game that accountants are being paid peanuts. At times it will start, or rather, all this concept, ideally, it starts with us. How we are obtaining the knowledge, how we are obtaining these skills throughout our training. So the problem is there. Do yourself, maybe you are self-study, you go to do exams, you're done, you go, you pass, without any knowledge, without any skills, because you're just doing it for the purpose of passing exams. And also the lecturers who are taking the students through all this. Yes, you don't have a practical knowledge, you're just done with CPA and BCom or degree. You come and teach, at least if you teach basic or rather lower level students, that is much acceptable. But advanced level students, I'm not advocating for that. Before you teach advanced level, at least you must be having also yourself, you must be having practical experience. And the question is, let me just ask this question. Our learned friends, lawyers, have you ever had a lawyer who has studied by him or herself, then he has registered with LSK? Tell me where you've heard of such a lawyer. You've done your training by your own, you've done your self-study, then you've registered with the LSK. Tell me that lawyer. What is happening to accountancy? I've done my personal training. I've gone registered with the ISPAC per se. I'm given the certification. Then at the end of the day, leave alone those who are having, there could be those students who are doing CPA and they are kind of also working. In that case, you'll find that they are gaining experience as well as what? They're gaining experience as well as studying. They're gaining experience as well as studying. So at this point, I'll prefer employing an ATD student who has skills and knowledge and experience per se, rather than employing a person who has done, who has cleared CPA and who has also cleared degree without any practical knowledge and skills. I would rather employ that ATD student, right? So these are some of the items that also we should always be aware of. As much as you are training, accounts is a very, very nice course, but also let us try to open our mind wide. Let us try to open our mind wide. Let us try to get this knowledge and concept right, so that we will stop complaining and saying that accountants are being paid peanuts. Accountants are being paid peanuts. It all starts with us. And you never hear, probably, let me use not older accountants, but you never hear probably times of maybe senior accountants complaining that they are being paid peanuts. Those who did their exams, say like 209, those who did their exams, say like 208 backwards. You never see them, you never hear them complaining that they are being paid peanuts, simply because it is through that rigorous kind of training that they went through. Initially, or rather before, you won't be, rather in that case, we're not hearing like guys, they're just studying by their own, then they go to do the exams and all that. And by the way, I'm not saying this so that you guys can join. This is not a marketing tool, like I'm telling you guys so that you can come and join us in mDarasa. But we're just talking fact, right? We're talking how things are there. You know, at times, maybe some of you will say that, Mwalimu, we are just saying like that so that you can join your platform. No, I'm not saying this so that you can join our platform. I'm not saying this so that you can join us, by the way. I'm just saying this so that you guys should open your mind wide. And if you can join us, the better. And if you can join us, the better. And if you can join us, the better, right? So I love so many things to talk about accountancy. I love so many things to talk about why we guys, we've talked about how we are being paid peanuts. I've given my recommendation and how we can correct that. And trust you me, you'll find that if we kind of take that route, things will change. Things will change, and they will change for the better. They will change for the better. So I don't have much to say. That is what I wanted us to discuss. That's what I wanted us to talk about. So that next time we'll talk more. Thank you, guys.